All right, let's look at the homework 7.6, problem number 2. All right, so we want to use Lagrange multipliers to find the minimum value of this given function subject to this given constraint. So let's do that. All right, so we're gonna we're gonna let capital F to be x squared plus y squared minus lambda times quantity. So I'm going to have negative 2x minus 4y. All right, and I'm going to put the negative 5 over to the other side, so it's going to be plus 5. All right, we have that. It's not going to really matter too much. All right, we have that. Then we're going to find the first partial with respect to x. So partial of capital F with respect to x is going to be equal to partial of that is 2x, and the partial of that with respect to x is 0. And the partial of that would be, let's see, you have a negative lambda there, but partial of this is going to be negative 2, so it's going to be plus 2, right? And then set that equal to 0. Right? And then let's look at the partial of capital F with respect to y. Right? So partial of that is going to be 2y. And then we're going to have a negative lambda. But partial of this is going to be with respect to y is going to be negative 4. So it's going to be plus 4 and is equal to 0. Right? So you can see that this is going to be, I'm going to put subtract 2 lambda. So we know that the 2x is equal to negative 2 lambda. And then we can just simply divide through by 2. So x is going to be equal to negative lambda. All right? And from the partial with respect to y, I'm going to subtract the 4 lambda. So we have 2y is going to be equal to negative 4 lambda. And then we're going to divide through by 2. So we have a y is equal to negative 2 lambda. Right? So you can see that the y is going to be twice as big as x. So we can just say, so this gives us y is equal to 2 times x. Right? Then we can just plug this back into the constraint here. So we have a negative 2x is negative 2x. Right? Then you have a negative 4 times y. But the y is same thing as 2x. So I'm going to plug in 2x there. This is equal to negative 5. Right? And this is going to give us, let's see, so you have a negative 2x minus 8x. So it's going to be negative 10x is equal to negative 5. Right? So we can simply divide through by negative 10. So that x is going to be equal to, right? So negative 5 divided by negative 10. So negative sign goes away. 5 over 10 is 1/2. So x is 1/2. And y is twice as big. So y is going to be just equal to 1. Right? Then if you find the minimum value, so we just have to plug in x equals 1/2 and y equals 1. So it's 1/2 square would be 1/4 plus 1 square would be 1. So it's going to be 5/4. So minimum value is 5/4 at 1/2 comma 1. All right, so let's type it in. All right, so we found that to be 5/4 at 1/2 comma 1. All right, let's check the answer. All right, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.